Hi, today is February 19th. Um, I wanted to talk, well, first I wanted to share a little story. Okay, so today I was going to go have a meeting with my lawyer, and I was having some car van trouble issues, um, just minor issues. Um, so I wasn't going to make it to the meeting with my van, so I took the bus. I went downtown to meet my lawyer, and I met a nun. And then I was like, oh, he's like having a rough day. And I was like, try a rough year. And she said, you know, I just, she said, keep praying. You'll overcome it. And I've been praying for a sign for everything that I've been going through, which led me to my discussion that I wanted to talk about tonight, which is kind of about our journeys, our path, which can't get much more of a sign or a message than a nun, because she was a cute little old, cute little old nun. It was so, like. So we can't get, we all have our own little paths, our own little journeys that we all um, undergo, and things that I have gone through. We all have our own struggles. What is right for one person may not be right for another person. So I think sometimes people forget that, and they're like, oh, you should do this, you should do this. This is the best thing for you, blah 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 blah. But again, we all have our own journey, our own path, our own. So someone telling you to do this or this may not be the best course of action for what you need to do in your life. And it kind of goes back to the whole know yourself, know your journey. And through this whole process, I know myself. I know what I am capable. I know I found my voice, found my strength. I've heard this quote. I love quotes and reading and research and things. That said, true strength is not the ability that comes from lifting weights, but my ability that once that from when I fall, I'm able to pick myself back up. None of us are perfect. We all fall. But I don't like the word fail, because fail means to, in my opinion, kind of not get back up, kind of to quit, to stop. And that's not what's going on here, because I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting. I'm just saying, I know my journey. I know why I've always enjoyed helping others. I always like serving others and helping others. And through this, I even found before I'll just say it, before CPS, um, I ran a blog for autism for my kids and for my twins, Jacob and Nathan. And then I turned that into a blog and stuff about what was going on, about the case and everything. And then I started doing YouTube videos, kind of just speaking from my heart. And now I'm working on my next children's book, and a compilation of short stories about my journey. Not about the CPS, just my whole journey, my whole life. And um, it's pretty amazing, some of the things that you write about your story, and you're like, wow, I went through that. And you're like, yeah, and so I'm sure all of you listening, you write your story, or you share it with someone, because we all have stories. We're all made up of stories, and we're all going through something. Sometimes it's external, sometimes it's internal, sometimes it's just things. We all have things that we're going through. We all have, and I think that's what's beautiful. We're all made up of stories, So I'm trying to keep that in mind whenever I see someone, whenever I meet someone, which I never had an issue of that before. But it's easy when you're going through a trial. I say trial. It's like a test. To forget that we're all made of stories. And in the end, you know, we all want to have a good ending, you know. So as a writer, I have the power to hold the pen. How do I want my story to be told? How do I want it to reflect who I am? Well, I'm an amazing mother. You know, I help others. I serve others. Christmas time, I did volunteering at God's Closet. Um, I do different volunteering and serving and visiting teaching, and I try to be the person that matches my character. That so the outside matches the inside. I think if I explain out. So I guess if you think of it like that, think of your journey like a story. We all are made of stories, and sometimes we don't realize if it's the beginning, middle, or end that we're till later on when we look back and we're like, oh my goodness, because not all stories start out once upon a time. That's not how they all start out. Sometimes it's like, boom, this happened, or sometimes it was just, it's a but we're all made up of stories. Beautiful, sad, tragic, happy. And I think that's what makes life so wonderful and so challenging at the same time, is because we're all on our own paths. We're all doing our own thing, but at the same time, other people come into our stories and make it wonderful and beautiful, and sometimes help us, or sometimes we help them, and life, our stories that we enrich ourselves with are made up of moments, sunsets. I was thinking of the moments that I enjoy the most, and it's like I can still remember the moment when I heard each one of my children crying for the first time when they were first born. And that's a profound moment that, in my story, is huge. So think about your moments in your story, and as if you were the author, how would you want your story to play out? And I leave you with that, and just know your story, and let no one else hold the pen. You are it's your life. Be the grand, writer of your story, and don't let anyone take your shine. Shine so bright, and let the whole world see you. Never let it go out. And I'll be to say, till next time.